Hello and welcome back. This is Ryan Draving, faculty member with Executive Education Alliance and senior marketing methodologist with Philly Marketing Labs. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to start the keywords series of videos. This is going to help you choose and refine as you go forward the keywords that you're targeting in Google. So that may not make sense to you right now, so let's get started and take a look at what keywords are. So let me start by asking you a question. If you're looking for something for your house, say you need silverware for your dining room table, how often do you go to Google or to any search engine and type in shopping or shop or buy? Probably never. Back when search engines were first getting started, people weren't nearly as familiar with them, so one-word search terms were very common. And in fact, people quite often would just type in the word shopping because they really didn't know what to expect or what was out there. They were just starting to get familiar with it. Today's world is much more savvy when it comes to the internet, and one-word search terms are no longer the gold mine that they used to be. There's two reasons for this. One is, if you're trying to target the keyword lawyers, you have competition across the United States. All of your competitors are also optimizing for words that have to do with lawyers, and so you're competing with lawyers.com and other law firms that are much harder to compete with. Now, on a local level, you might have a shot because when Google knows your location, you can see over here they know that my location is Philadelphia. Well, if they know your location and you're in an area that's not quite as dense as Philadelphia, you have a better shot at winning on those terms. But at the same time, there are much better options for you to start pursuing. And that's where we get into the difference between short tail. So this is a short tail search term. It's a single keyword or one or two keywords to long tail. So that's where we start saying, okay, yes, people search for lawyers sometimes, but they also are searching for things that are much more qualified for the type of law firm that you are. Things like Philadelphia injury lawyer or Philadelphia workers' compensation injury lawyer, right? These are search terms, workers' comp lawyer. You can see that this is a suggested result because other people are searching for this. So if I type that in, now when people come and if you happen to show up first or second or third, you have a much better chance of people who are clicking on those links to be qualified prospects, people that are coming to your website because they really are looking for you and services like you offer, if that's the type of company that you are. So that is what we talk about when we say keywords. Keyword lawyers is what we're going to refer to as a keyword, and the keyword phrase Philadelphia workers' comp lawyer is also something that we're going to refer to as a keyword. So this is for the sake of simplicity because these days we really don't talk about a one-word search term as a keyword. We just usually don't talk about a one-word search term anymore. That's too broad and too generic for the type of traffic that we're really looking for, the type of visitors to our website. Another way of saying traffic to the website. Now, if you're looking for maximum traffic, think about traditional advertising. You're normally not going to put just one billboard out there advertising you. You're going to want 10 different billboards across the city or more. That helps different people in different areas find you. So it's a little bit similar when you think about your keyword selection. So yes, if you're a personal injury lawyer, you're probably going to want to target terms along the lines of your location workers' comp lawyer, but you may also want to target terms like your location personal injury lawyer, your location back sprain lawyer, your location personal injury attorney, law firm. These are the types of extended terms, and we're going to go into detail about how you can decide which extended terms are right for you. So this is the type of work that we're going to be looking into that a search engine optimization firm would do for you, and we're going to make it easy for you to go in and take some of your time and do it yourself and save yourself that cost of outsourcing some of the basics that you could be doing on your own. There are trade-offs, and we'll talk about at a certain point what opportunities there are to actually use an outsourced firm, and if you ever want to do that, when is a good time to do that, when you'll really get the maximum bang for your buck or the greatest ROI. So let's just take a look at sort of how you can narrow down some related keyword searches, and we're going to go and click on the Keywords tab in your SEO toolbar. So again, just go up here to the SEO bar, click on that, and then click on Keywords, and you'll see here Keywords, Google Keyword Tool. Pick great keywords. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So we're going to go here, and you should have a Google account. All you need is a Gmail account, and you're going to click Sign In. When you do that, by the way, you don't need to have one, but it will make it helpful throughout. So if you don't have a Gmail account, just type in gmail.com or go to Google and search for Gmail, and then create an account. It's free, and it will allow you to take advantage of some of the functionality that Google has available to you, not just this Google AdWords tool. If you don't sign in, you just have to type in a CAPTCHA form each time, which can be a little tedious each time you search. So let's go ahead and type in Philadelphia personal injury lawyer, and we'll see what comes up here. So this is a keyword tool that provides related searches. You don't need to fill in website or category right here. This is going to really be enough information for us to get a good sense. And let's go ahead and click on search. You can see that this is really targeted to the United States. So you can go into advanced options and change where you're targeting and get a sense of where people are searching. But let's click search here. And when we do that, you can see, okay, great, there is the Philadelphia personal injury lawyer. You can see there's high competition for this, and the number of local monthly searches, so that means the number of monthly searches in this region, so the United States, is 4,400. So 4,400 searches for Philadelphia personal injury lawyers. And now you can take a look here and see some of the other types of searches. So if you were targeting Philadelphia personal injury law firm, there's still high competition, but the amount of searches is significantly lower than people looking for lawyer and lawyers. So there are lots of law firms, it seems, out there who are still targeting the word law firm instead of the word lawyers, even though the search volume is less than 25%. You can also take a look here and see some of the other related search terms. So personal injury attorney Philadelphia has almost the same search volume per month. It's the same estimated search volume per month. And so we're going to want to take a look at different ways that you can optimize for both of those types of terms. And then you're also seeing some other regions that are close by, and if you service those areas, that might also be a place that we want to help you optimize for. So we'll start to take a look at those in a deeper way in the upcoming videos. And in those upcoming videos, here are the other topics we're going to be covering. Defining your company goals. Now this may not seem like keywords, but remember that when we pick our keywords, we have to be very specific about the type of keywords we go after. You can't go after everything because each keyword that you go after is going to take some effort. Remember, you need to be building links and you need to be building content on your website in order to target different keyword phrases. And so defining your company goals and realizing, okay, what is my most valuable customer? Is my most valuable customer a corporation or is it an individual? And that's going to be very important when you're thinking about which keywords do you want to target. Am I most interested in personal injury clients or more interested in divorce clients, if you do both? Or are you more interested in a totally different type of client? So starting to think and prioritize your keyword goals is important before you even start picking specific keywords. So then we're going to take a look, before we set out our specific keyword list, and take a look and see what some of your competitors are doing. So if you are a personal injury lawyer, we're going to take a look and see who is showing up in the search results for personal injury lawyer. Now, yes, you do need to put that first keyword phrase in, but we're not going to worry too much about coming up with a big list. We're just going for that broader keyword phrase, personal injury lawyer or Philadelphia personal injury lawyer, wherever you are. And we'll take a look and see what those different law firms and attorneys are doing to optimize their websites. Sometimes they actually give away in a way that you can see. It's behind the scenes, but you can take a look, and I'll show you how to do that. See what they are targeting for their keywords. Then we're going to create a starter keyword list. So taking some of the ideas of what you see from your competitors and then coming up with your own ideas, we're going to create a starter keyword list. And that's really a more intuitive process than a fact-driven, numbers-driven process. And then we're going to get Google's viewpoints. So again, we're going to use that Google research tool. But before we even do that, we're going to use a really cool tool that helps us to see some of the top searches across all of the search engines. And so that's where we're really going to get started here. And then we're going to finalize a initial keyword list. And then once you start hitting on those keywords and receiving the type of rankings that you're looking for, so getting up to those top 7, top 5 spots, and top 3 spots even for some of these keyword phrases, what we're going to do is take a look and say, okay, now that you're ranking for those, what's the next set of keywords that you want to target? So this is a process that you may come back to every 4 to 6 months and say, okay, let me pick out some new keyword phrases. Now that I'm doing well with these, let me just put these on the maintenance back burner and start investing a little bit less time in those so I can invest more time in getting other keywords going. Or maybe at that point you say, you know what, at this point I have enough clients and I'm doing well, so I'm just going to keep these keywords going and start devoting more of my time to paid client work, and that's perfectly fine as well. So I'm going to teach you this process, and then you can use it whenever you need to. But in this 6-step process, you're really going to end up with a keyword list that you can use for all of your search engine optimization campaigns and for building out your website content and link building. So thanks for joining me today. Now what I want you to do before we end today is just come up with, all right, what are the 3 or 4 categories that are most relevant to your business? So again, are you primarily looking for individuals that are personal injury clients? Are you primarily looking for individuals in divorce proceedings? Are you primarily looking for people that have been assaulted? Are you looking for corporations that are in patent conflicts? That's going to be important to understand your company goals going forward. So do that, and we're going to skip right ahead to the 3rd step in the next video. So go ahead and define those company goals, and when you come back for the next video, have those ready, and then we'll start spying on your competitors. This will be fun. I'll see you next time.